Hello, my loves. Welcome back to our podcast. We are the Babbling Sisters. I'm Nellie,
I'm Riss.
And I'm Steph.
and today we're going to be talking about finding your peace. What the hell is peace anyway? That's what we're going to try to figure out and kind of go over how we perceive peace and what it looks like to us and how we're able to try to maintain some kind of normalcy in this crazy life and especially now in this crazy world. Because let's face it, can't say bad words. The ish is whack.
It is.
I like how you did that, though.
That was
That
was
was
clever.
pretty
I
good.
like it.
Self-censoring.
Even though I
I'm
worked with
doing-
her for 10 minutes prior to the show.
Listen, I was trying to find my peace. You guys, listen. Marissa likes to work every last nerve that I have, and I have very few right now. So I was trying to do some breathing techniques to find my peace.
She was not trying to do any breathing techniques, but I did work her nerves in order for her to make a better show today for you guys. So she can talk about peace and how she finds her inner peace. It was all for the show.
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
can
yeah,
watch
yeah.
her find it live.
So she likes to tell herself, yeah, this is live and in action. I need to find my peace right now.
Mhm.
Right now.
Yes.
Not the
And
peace
you
that
did.
goes like
You brought
boom.
it together and you did the show.
Inner peace of me.
But you're doing the show right now and you have it together.
I'm doing great.
You're right. Exactly.
Because I got liquor in my cup.
It's not gone yet, though. I still see some in there, so.
A little sipping. I might have took a little couple guzzles before and then refilled. But I mean that's a whole nother topic. So anyway, some people do find their peace through having a drink at the end of a long day. But for me, I just want to start off with like what peace is to me, right? So for me, peace is being able to declutter my mind and shut it the boop down at the end of the day. Like I feel like that's like a really difficult thing to do, especially when you have so much stuff going on, and especially right now in COVID life. I feel like a lot of people have lost touch of what their peace is and also just the way that they maintain peace, right? So for me, like going to the beach is like a peaceful moment. And going out and listening to music, like me and Russ have like a spot when she comes visit down here, like that's peaceful to me. But with COVID, I've talked to a lot of people and I feel like a lot of people, the things that brought them peace and happiness, they can't do. So what the heck do you do to replace it and find peace? Like I know, Steph, you're like a homebody.
I am a homebody, so for me it's easy to find. Well, not easy, but
I was
like
you have kids running around and a husband, so it
Right.
can't be all that easy to find peace.
but I do
Even
get
though
my
you're
alone and
alone.
quiet time to replenish, so that's helpful.
Porcelain throne, right? Like porcelain throne time is your piece. I always interrupt her when she's in the bathroom having a quiet moment, and then
You always
in
call
comes
her in
Nelly.
the bathroom?
For some reason,
Definitely
I
don't
always
answer.
she answers.
You shouldn't answer.
That's rude. That's rude. I could be her piece.
It's true.
When she's like venting and talking to me, like that could be a peaceful
Shocking
moment.
plot twist. You are her piece.
I mean, I'm chaos.
You are
And
chaos. You do. I will give you this. You do give very good advice. So you are very good
She doesn't follow her own advice, though.
She does not. That is fact. But she does give good advice. But she doesn't listen to her own advice for herself.
It's true.
Or the advice that others give her for herself.
That's difficult.
Because she's stubborn.
I'll, I'll agree with that. Feel very attacked at the moment. This is not peaceful. So gotta need to try to
so
find some peace
so
now.
some of your stuff is outdoor stuff. Have you found anything that you can do that's indoor that brings you similar? It's not going to be the same, obviously, but that brings you something similar, like a
So, I mean,
bath
you
or
guys, no, baths are stressful to me.
okay.
That's weird, right? That's
I think
weird, but then
so.
it's like
I don't
you
like
gotta like
baths.
get the bath temperature just right. And then like I like it for like maybe like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
but then like you put the candles up and you got the nice little whoop, whoop music in the background. All kumbaya, my love. But like then the water temperature just starts getting a little chilly and my
That's
body's
true.
like,
It's
this isn't
interesting to me
relaxing anymore.
that you love the beach and the water so much, but your home piece is not in the tub or the shower or the
Well, I
watery
mean,
things in the house.
floating in the pool is peaceful, right? But to be honest, like hearing the sound of the ocean and watching the waves crash is
No.
the peace. I don't necessarily like to be in the ocean because a little critter witter is under my toes. I'm always afraid of like something's gonna
Back,
bite me.
Much
But
rather pool.
just
especially
being
in that New England water.
being around like bodies of natural water, like waterfalls, my zen, leave me there. Don't bother me.
So what about if you were in the bathtub, taking a tub with your candles and all that, but you had like your Alexa device playing waterfalls or waves crashing? Would that give you peace?
I've never tried that, to be honest. Um, I feel like my mind gets distracted if I'm not visually looking at something.
Mm.
It's really difficult for me, and like I know when La sees this, she's gonna be like, "You beep." But that's why I keep my camera off when I do like yoga and meditation with her because my mind just wanders randomly, and I'm like, "Oh, what?" So then, like, I can't fully sit within myself and relax for that long
Mhm.
if I'm not visually focusing on like the waves crashing. That's when I lose myself in that thought. But laying in the tub, like I did the float spa, for instance, right? And I was good for a little while, and then I ended up falling asleep at some point floating in the float spa. But it was crazy because I'm sitting there like do 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 do. I wonder how much time has passed. Like, and just playing scenarios in my head. Like I'm very vivid imagination, so it wasn't fully peaceful like it would be for somebody else. But listening to music helps. But because I'm like a Cancer and I'm emotional, I have to be careful because for me, I don't know about you guys, but like if I'm in a mood, music will enhance that mood or it will change my mood. Like if I'm happy and then I listen to some music about being cheated on, I'm ready to go.
We get it.
So it affects and alters my mood. Like
Hmm.
I speak through music. So like I'll send people like music, like lyrics that remind me of them depending on my mood. Like I've sent songs to Marissa about like how I love her. She's my best friend. If she pisses me off, like I'll send songs. And I post a lot of songs because I speak through lyrics.
You
But
do post a lot on your Instagram story of music.
I do. I do. I love a good singing voice. That's yeah, such
If you want to follow her for some good music, if she wants to put her handle out there, she can.
y'all could follow me. But no, the one thing I've done, especially in like COVID, I started doing resin art, which you guys know, but so all of you can know. It's essentially mixing parts A and B and pouring and just creating different things. I have like a bajillion different molds, and different things that I try out. I do it for gifts, I sell them. And that's been really peaceful. But when I started like getting like into my depression and not finding my peace, like I stopped and I noticed like it just wasn't satisfying and peaceful and didn't make me happy anymore because I was just so not in the moment.
Yeah. Oh,
But
depression.
I'm getting back to creating.
Yay!
I got some Christmas gifts I need to make.
Nice.
So,
Ship me
but
money.
honestly, talking to you guys is my piece. Aww.
You're
Got
not
to
doing
feel. Don't cry.
it. It's not gonna happen.
I'm not doing what? I
You're
didn't
not
want
gonna
to
make
make
me
you
cry.
Can't do it. It's too early. We've only done a few shows. We cannot. We just can't. We gotta wait. We gotta get there. We gotta build to that.
I honestly, like, to be real, like, I feel like right now, especially like COVID's a big thing, so it's affecting everybody, right?
Yeah.
It's affecting people's lives, their social life, especially work, home. Like, I know so many people that are going through the BS, your girl included, but it wasn't due to COVID. It just kind of enhanced the issues. But just being stuck around the same people, not being able to get out. Um, and then plus I moved out of state like literally 3 months before COVID hit. So I'm like, I don't know nobody over here. So it kind of made it a little bit easy to not miss going out with these people.
Right.
But it just made it difficult, and I really had to like sit back and um, communicate better. I think with like for I mean I'm always like a good communicator, but I suck at
Mm,
con.
you don't communicate what you need.
Well, right. I mean, we're talking about just like talking, blah 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 blah. Communicating needs is like that's not peaceful. That's stressful. This is about
But you
finding
can
peace.
find peace in it
Well,
eventually.
exactly. If you find the right, if you talk to and lean on the right people,
Yeah.
then you're in good hands. You got to be careful with who you lean on, who you believe is your friend, who's not really in it.
Oh, I found out this year who my friends are. I feel like a lot of people have found out who their real friends are.
That's true.
And it's forced people to step outside of their comfort zones and really make different connections. Like I know, like for me and Resin, Stephanie, we're waiting for your Oculus. But we found like a group of friends online in the most random way. We all came together, and I really think it was like divine intervention. We
Yeah.
all had our own separate issues going on, and we've really formed like a little mini family, and I love them all dearly. Cookie Crew, woo woo. But that's been a lot of my peace too, and my distractions and my laughs. Sometimes tears, but I really feel
All
like
important.
peace for me had to change. I had to find other means of peace and figure out what peace really really was like at the end of the day.
Right.
What is it to me? Like, what is that feeling inside of yourself? Because I feel like we're so conditioned and we morph into what other people's needs are that we tend to forget what our own are. And then having to really sit back and reflect when you have nothing else to do. Like, you
That's
can't
true.
go out. Like, some people like to go to the clubs, go to amusement parks, and most of the country was shut down, and it's shut down again, and then now it's reopening and it might shut down
It's
again.
probably gonna shut down again.
You got these little glimmers of hope of like woo, and
Yeah.
then you really just don't know. And
Get
then I feel
vaccinated.
like
Get vaccinated.
ew, people, because I don't want to be around crowds of people anymore. It gives me anxiety. And I used to be such a people person, but at the same time,
We
like,
never liked crowds, though.
yeah, crowds make me anxious.
Yeah.
I
I've never
feel like a
liked
lot of.
people, so
I was gonna say Stephanie never liked people or crowds, so we didn't have to worry about that. The
You know
only
what?
time
Like,
she really would go out when she was saving us from some disaster we had got ourselves into.
very true. She was our peace in those moments.
She was. She was. Her and the beer and stomping on the table. And,
It was root beer.
it was.
We were too young to drink.
We
Oh,
were.
we were too young.
we
We
were too young. Let's go with that. Yep.
were too young. Um, but yeah, I feel like honestly, like communicating more. And I know you guys say like, okay, well, I don't communicate my needs, but you guys have to admit this past year I've really opened up and been brutally honest. I mean, I'm a very brutally honest person. I'll tell it what it is. But when it comes to like personal matters in my home, I suck it up, shut up, and I don't say anything. And now I'm just exposing every bitch,
True.
Yeah,
personally.
I think a lot of us had to learn how to communicate with being in COVID. You don't get to see people.
Mhm.
I mean, for me and Steph, I mean, we did work
Yeah.
outside of the house, so we did have to go out and interact, but we still had to learn how to talk to our friends. Like, we weren't going to other people's houses with the fear of us having COVID and transferring that to somebody else. So, yeah,
Mhm.
you do have to learn to have those Zoom meetings and those FaceTime videos and all that stuff with your friends and family, and it's different because you know us, we're always like for the most part when we were here, we're always together with somebody. One of us is always together doing something. So it was a challenge to do it over the phone, and you don't have that same. You can lose that connection. I feel you're talking through a screen to somebody, and it's not the best. But it was interesting because you have different perspective because you didn't have to go out during it, but Stephanie and I were out there often. You know, worried about bringing it home
Yep.
to family members and such. It was scary for sure.
Yeah. I
Mm.
honestly like it, and until you guys actually told me like your fears of like going out there and bringing it home, because obviously like I was afraid because I didn't want to go to the store and bring stuff home to Sky, but I work remotely and I've been working remotely since before it was cool. Um, so it's
Well,
like,
since
but
before
for
everyone
me,
was doing it.
yeah, but for me, because of that, this whole thing was so much more isolating because I didn't have the outlet of being able to go out.
Right.
Like before, I used to just like, oh, I gotta go to the store, and I would literally walk around for hours aimlessly, like shopping through everything in Wally World. Like me and Wally World were best friends, and then I couldn't do that, and I was like stuck in this house with these humans,
Yep. The same ones over and over and
24/7.
over again. It's like Groundhog Day.
Yeah, when is it gonna end?
It was interesting because I was always like, I want to be stuck in the house for a little bit. It was too much, but we
Mhm.
also had to go out there and do
Yeah,
what we had to do. So everybody's kind of like, wish we could go out for a little bit, and we're wishing we didn't have to go out at all.
Exactly.
It's interesting.
right, right.
And the technology that was created and developed, I think a lot of people will work from home for a long, long time, or at least partially work from home. It created a whole new world for people.
Yeah. I agree. Well, look, Russ, like I know some of the stuff you've done to help you like keep distracted and centered and find your peace, but like you wanna kind of tell everybody else.
Well, for me, I'll probably be different than both these ladies. So for me, shut the phone off, pray, relax. Exactly. um, I'm very religious. I go to church every Sunday. I'm very involved in the church, so that's my kind of peace. Um, and that's how I keep calm. But it's shutting the phone off. My phone is constantly things I have going on and people calling me. So whenever I really having a bad day, I shut the phone off and pray. And then if that doesn't work, or mostly it does work, but when I'm done with that, then I put some music on, relax a little bit, and that's kind of how I find my peace. I like to stay in the house, even though I like being out. When I need peace and quiet, it's the house. Doors
Yeah.
shut, candles on, lights are off, music is on.
It's so funny because before you were like attached to your phone and you would
Yeah.
have so much anxiety of putting your phone down.
It's true.
So that's why I'm like, the previous podcast we did about the getting to know us, I'm I'm gonna keep calling you. It's hard for me to be like, but you always have your phone in your hand. How are you not looking?
Yeah.
So,
And when I
and
go into that deep
ruining
thought,
your peace.
I typically tell people that, like, at least people that I know will have a meltdown, that I'm shutting the phone off. And it doesn't happen very often. It's just a thing to not have it in my phone, not check Facebook, not be so involved in what's going on in social media and the news, all that stuff. It's really peaceful. It actually happened a couple of years ago where I went on a cruise And on the cruise, I didn't get the internet or the Wi-Fi. I just wanted some peace. Put the phone in the safe and never took it out for the whole. And I remember 8 9 days that we were on the cruise, and it was amazing. And since then,
Wow,
that's
that's
kind of like,
impressive.
yeah, it's kind of like the only time I kind of took it out was to take some pictures here and there when we got off the ship to do something, but it was very peaceful. And since then, that's kind of how I do. I've learned to kind of detach for a little bit.
That's so interesting because, like, for me, that sounds stressful. Right? Like, it does. Like, I feel like, I don't know, and, I keep saying this girl's name, and one day you guys are going to meet her because she's absolutely amazing. But that was one of the things when I did, like, that soul love affair with La. It was like, put your phone down and detach from social media and technology. And I'm like, oh, and within probably 5 minutes, I'm sitting there like, "Wow, this isn't peaceful at all." It just,
So
it
why are
wasn't,
you worried about what you're missing or what somebody's saying?
it's, I think it's like, then I'm like, oh, well, what's so and so doing? Oh, well, what's
But
happening
it
here?
will
I
all
think,
be there when you get back to it. All the
I
Exactly.
know.
notifications, all of it.
But like going back to the point of my finding my peace is visual. Like I stare at things and I zone out. I feel like
Gotcha.
and social media can be very like distracting, and it's bad. Like our mutual friend Jeray has to literally close out all of her social media and delete it from her phone because she gets so wrapped up in it. And I feel like I probably should too, but that's not peaceful for me. For me, it's like a distraction against everything else and everything going on. And plus, that's like my communication because I feel so isolated
Yeah.
where I am right now. Like for me, that's my sense of peace is like being able just to reach out to you guys or send TikToks and send funny memes or just be like, "Hey, I'm here. Cuddle me through the phone."
Speaking of TikTok, I don't even have a TikTok account.
That's
Part of
sad.
me
Because
is
I don't
saying,
want to spend all day. I don't want to spend all day on it. I feel like it's something I
Yeah,
get
you will.
addicted to.
it's a rabbit hole.
You will.
Right, exactly. So why put myself down there until I absolutely have to? I mean, I watched the ones that you guys sent to me, but I refuse
Yeah.
to go to just do it.
You don't ever find yourself just like swiping, see if there's anything else. You
No,
have some
because
good
you want to know why? You
self-control.
want to know why? Because Stephanie, I think it was you maybe a couple of months ago now at this point, finally caved into getting a TikTok, and all you do is send TikToks and
That's
talk
true.
about how you wish you didn't get the TikTok because.
Yep. Don't.
So I was like, I
Don't.
can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
black hole.
Hmm.
it's true. It's
But I
very
find some
true.
really good music and there's really some funny stuff on there.
Yeah, I know. People send it to me. All my friends send it to me, and I'm like, oh. And every
But
time
for a
someone
lot of
says
people,
something, I
that's
think about it.
peaceful,
That's true.
For me,
right?
it's not because I'll spend hours on there, and I just don't have the time to. Not that any of us do. But I just don't want to put myself in that position.
I think it's funny like having this discussion because then like we start to see like the things that are peaceful for risk are anxiety driven for me.
Yeah.
You know? I'm just like, you did what? Like now I need to try to find some inner peace right now because I literally, as you're saying it, like my anxiety's right here.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, pick up your phone and check something, right?
And it's funny what gives each of us anxiety. Like for me, I love planes, but flying and leading up to it gives me anxiety, as my fellow friends that have traveled with me know. Have not changed that habit. So it's interesting. They're like, whatever, put me on the seat. My seat's assigned. Cool. Me, I'm like, oh, who's gonna be near me? What's gonna happen? People, what is going on? Even though I'm have the whole row to myself because my friends are with me, I'm still like
Yeah,
crazy about it. So
yeah.
everybody's got their thing.
That's why, honestly, I feel like peace is different. Like people perceive peace to be different things,
Hmm.
you
Absolutely.
know,
It's all
and
individual.
comfort too. Like peace is comfort. Finding and there's a difference between outside peace and then inner peace, right? So For me, outside peace and distractions is so super easy, and I'm desperately working on the inner peace.
That's the one that's
Working
going to give
on
it to
it.
you, though. The inner one.
I
The outside
know.
one, it's only going to last for so long.
That's
No,
true.
I know. Oh, by like outside, I mean like outside induced, like the music and like because for me,
But even that, you're
once I
saying it
start like
changes your mood.
right, it does. But
Yeah.
like if I'm listening to something peaceful or loving, like or even just relaxing, like doing meditation, because I've been like getting back into that again because it really is great just
I
doing the
love
breath
meditation.
work and I
Hmm.
was doing the last few days I've been doing like my daily stretching and the breathing work and um I've noticed I needed it because then I start getting like lightheaded while I'm doing parts of it. And I was like, oh, you girl, get your body back in a check.
Hmm.
But like, I feel like once it gets to that deep inner, like when I'm within myself, alone in my thoughts, I run. Like, I can't get to that inner
I
peace
did
of
for a
where I
long time.
sit with myself. You know what I mean? So like yeah, like finding peace and being calm and just being able to just sit there in that space and not be freaking out and having panic attacks and depression and anxiety or bawling crying. I mean, sometimes even my peace is just letting it out and just crying. But like I once I hit that one boop, it's like a switch and I'm like, yo, get up and do something, distract yourself because don't sit in these thoughts. I have to get to that point where I can find the inner peace versus just like that outer, okay, I look calm and collected, but I'm not thinking of anything, you know? So for me, there's like a difference between that. Like the inner peace is where you can sit with your thoughts, you can feel it, allow yourself to feel
Yep.
it, and actually calm yourself from the inside out. And I'm struggling with that so bad.
You also have a lot of stuff going on right now, so
Yeah.
it's understandable. But Stephanie is right. You got to deal with that's the one that's going to give you the real sense of calm and peace.
Yep.
But
And
how do you get to that point where you're just like, all right, Biddy, like we're in it together, me and you, brain. Let's sit
that's exactly what
it
you
out.
do. You're doing it right.
Yeah. You have a conversation with yourself.
Yeah,
You ask yourself the
it's crazy.
questions.
Exactly, it's great out loud.
Yep.
Hello to self. What are we doing here, self?
I would do it in the shower all the time.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
excuse me, self. Hello,
Everyone.
Yeah.
you there? Yeah, party of
Oh,
one.
What's going on up there,
No,
buddy?
no music, no nothing to change your mind. Just
Yep.
use your thoughts
hey,
and
buddy.
your voice to yourself,
Yep.
Yeah.
and say you are strong and you will get through this.
You know what I think maybe I should start poetry again.
You always loved poetry from
Yeah.
a
That's
very
how I
young
mean that's
age.
how I expressed my feelings and got my feelings out and calmed my inner self and found peace.
Do you keep a journal? That
No.
you stuff?
Don't ask that question. I'll get yelled at by my, I call him my Zen guru. She always tells me to journal, and and I tell everybody, like, yeah, journaling is great because you can just get it out. Nobody ever has to see it. You can burn
Yep.
it or you can share it. And for me, I'm just like, getting it out is addressing it and putting it out there. And for me, that's
But you got to
difficult.
think about the positive. You, if you write down something in 6 months, you go back and those notes. You say, "Look at how much I've grown. Look at how this person
Well,
is writing
I know
6 months
I've
ago."
grown because I ain't dragging nobody in those streets. That's
That's
growth.
facts, but
That's some inner peace right there.
you
That's
have
that's
grown. I will give you that. You has grown and you have grown.
It's true.
yeah, it's
But
But we
everybody
can
has room
always
to
grow
continue
more,
to
right?
grow. Exactly.
yeah, yeah. I think honestly, I need to, and I'm over here like telling everybody, "Hey world, what's peace mean to you? Find your peace." And I literally like I keep pushing to everyone like, don't let anyone disrupt your peace. Like self-love journey, and be positive. And I'm always saying it to everybody else, and I look like that's what I'm doing, but internally.
I think I said like 20
I
minutes
was just
ago or
gonna say,
so
how did
that
we start the show, Stephanie?
that sounds familiar.
You might have to do the playback. We'll play that back in the
Little
intro.
I don't recall.
But she argued a little bit with you there. Now we're here full circle
Yep.
toward the
Did
end of
I
our
argue with
show.
you? Did I? See, that's the thing too, like partial denial. Like I try to act like I'm cool, calm, and collected. I got it all together, but I mean,
Well, we all
everybody,
put our
y'all
masks
know.
on, right?
Yeah, we all
Yeah, y'all know I don't. I mean,
yeah.
they're gonna quickly find out that I don't, and I'm crazy and
But nobody
emotional.
does. Nobody does. Everybody has their own things that they're working on internally that nobody knows about.
Yeah,
You might
We
not
can
even
all
tell your
improve.
closest friends. Exactly. You might not even tell your closest friends about it. But your real friends will see
they'll see
what's
it.
going on and try to be there for you, for sure.
That's true. That's very true. Because there are definitely times like where I reach out to you or even Steph with Jeray, and I'm like, something feels wrong. Which one of you is it? Because
That's
something's
true.
happening. And then I have to question it because if you guys are all like, nah, everything's fine, but usually it's one of you guys. But then I have to question and be like, is it me? And I've done that to so many people where I'm like, what's happening? Something feels off. The vibe, the energy, something is off.
Yeah.
And I literally get a text back and be like, nah, like I'm cool. Everything. Are you good? Like what's happening out there? And I'm like,
You
yeah,
misjudge? What is going on in your life? Because we're
I
good.
don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into this because I feel off,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, we've known each other, with Jeray included. The majority of those four we've all known each other for a long
Yeah,
time. So when one of us is off, we basically all grew up together. So you feel it. You definitely feel it.
it's true. I think the first step for me and for you guys and for everybody really is define what is peace. Like, what does peace mean to you? What does peace look like? What does it smell like? What does it sound like? When you close your eyes and you just say, okay, this is peace, what do you see? That's, you guys can answer that question too.
Oh.
You guys can answer that question too.
Oh, I thought we already answered what peace was.
No, like what do you see? Like when you close your eyes and you're like, oh yeah, that's peace. Like
Darkness.
what do you see?
I see
Calmness, white
darkness.
clouds, nice.
She said darkness, and you're saying white.
Clouds, doves, happiness,
Woohoo!
rainbows.
I like
Unicorn
rainbows.
glitter
There
fart.
you go. See, Steph, I got one for you.
Unicorn
With the
glitter
clouds and
fart.
the doves, but she likes the rainbows. The white
Darkness
twisted.
and rainbows. That's what you get from her. Oh
Wow,
my
Steph,
goodness.
really, just starting
I,
off real good.
I I don't know. It's yeah. I see. I'm not. It's weird. I'm a visual learner. Like I need to see something in order to learn it, right? But when I close my eyes, I can't visualize anything. I literally see nothing.
I agree with you on that. I'm not a very visual. Like, I don't have a lot of dreams that I remember. I don't like. Yeah, I just can't.
see, I'm the
Like if
opposite.
you were to ask me to picture a dog, I do not see a dog in my head. Like I know what a dog looks like. I could
Mm,
describe a dog to you, but I
But you just
don't.
can't actually picture one.
Right.
yeah,
Wow. See, I have a very vivid imagination.
you
Like
have a
I was
very
just
visual
picturing a
thing.
dog flopping around with big ears.
Like
Like
running through
just
the trees and stuff.
yeah, like I'm such a visual person. Like I literally I have it sounds dangerous, but I've like zoned out. I mean, I'm still watching the road, but like I'm literally like playing a scenario in my head of either an argument or a trip or like just something that makes me happy. Like I'm literally like having conversations in my head with another person. Like I can vividly imagine that and be like transformed into a whole different place. And for me that's peaceful. It's I think it's a distraction from reality maybe. So maybe it's
Probably.
not peaceful. Maybe it's more of a distraction, but for me, it seems peaceful.
It's interesting because she writes poetry. She's very artistic, creative. I think that all goes into that bubble. Like that's not me, so maybe that's why I don't have the vivid imagination because
Yeah.
not my area of
Because no, I
expertise.
dream, and
Creative. I
I
don't.
details. Like when I tell a story or when I tell a dream, I'm giving the details. Like I'll tell you it was this color and it smelled like this and oh and then this and then like I it's so vivid that it feels like it was happening.
No.
Hmm. I
I mean,
very
I've
very
had
really
some
remember my dreams.
dreams,
Yeah, some.
but
I
most
dream
of them I
color.
forget within two
Yeah,
seconds
me
of
too.
waking up.
Yeah, me too. Yep. And sometimes when they're good ones, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna tell someone that, and
Yeah,
then
You
then it's
forget.
gone.
I'm like, oops, yeah, you were in my dream last night, but I don't remember what you did and how it was and what happened,
But
but
it
you
was
were there.
good.
It was good.
Seemed
And you
happy.
saved, exactly, you saved me from drowning or whatever this thing was that was happening. But that was it. No
I
details, no nothing.
no, see that I don't know. I for me and then like decoding the dreams and like deciphering what they mean. That's fun for me and peaceful too. Like
Forget
I
about it. I
find
don't
it
even
really
remember them,
interesting.
let alone decode them.
Well, it's like different things in dreams mean different things. Different colors mean different things.
Sounds like a
It's
lot of
pretty
work.
a
hmm
whole nother topic. But yeah,
I was gonna
for
say,
me
I
that's
think colors. I'd
peaceful.
like to know what that means. I'm gonna try to remember my
That's
dreams.
making you stressed out.
A little bit. A little bit. It's like it's too complicated. Like if there was blue in my dream, does that mean I'm gonna dream like the next month? Like not good.
Oh my goodness. No. No. But I think honestly like it's hard for people to like as somebody asked me like, "Well, how do you find peace?" And I'm like, everyone finds peace differently, I guess, you know? Like you really gotta sit back and think like what is peace to you and what's gonna make you peaceful and comfortable. Like Rich shuts off her phone and for me I will go into a full-blown panic attack. Like please do not shut down your phone. If you want to torture me, take away my phone. It's
So
been
you
like that ever since I was a teenager.
you never just like, all right, let's say tonight you're just in one of those moods you don't want to deal with them. Not shut your phone off for the whole night and not and turn it on the next morning.
I've never shut my phone off.
My phone goes off on an alarm like every single night.
Oh,
Like
that's a
right now,
lot.
it's already in
That's
sleep
a
mode.
little too much.
It's already in
Really?
sleep mode. Yeah.
Wow.
I can.
That's why she don't answer us late at nights then. No.
Look, good
Giving me
evening.
anxiety.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
Not for me.
That made my stomach hurt. Felt it
Yeah.
right there in my gut.
I mean, it's one thing
No.
every while to shut it off, but dang, every night, no.
Yep. Every night.
I can't tell you the last time I shut my phone off. Like I've had to like reset it because you know it starts freezing up because I literally never shut it off.
Interesting.
And maybe I need to go on a vacation to where I just shut it off.
Well, we
Even
are
if
going
it's
to want
for
to cruise.
one day. I mean,
Try it.
because you know, I've gone on vacation and like I haven't had like service or the internet until I go back to the hotel, but I'm constantly taking pictures and videos and then
Yeah,
uploading them when I get back. You know what I mean?
that's got something good for us.
Let's do an experiment.
No.
We're doing it.
Oh, she's got anxiety.
24 hours.
Oh, I
What?
can't do 24 hours. Stephanie, do you know how many times things I deal with on my phone?
Wait, but hold on. Let's just hear her out. 24 hours for what?
No phone.
Oh,
No,
ooh.
no phone.
Oh,
Like,
you both are freaking out. Can we do 2 hours? Can we do 2?
Oh, I can do a night. Like if you tell me 9 o'clock tonight till 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, I can do it.
I'll go to bed.
She's like, I'll be sleeping.
Exactly.
Sleeping counts, right?
Uh, no.
No. Oh. Well, see, I need my phone during the day to work because my phone literally falls.
You can pick the day.
Okay, so you're talking about like a weekend when I'm just sitting here in my thoughts with
Okay,
these
I
people.
can do this, but I
She's
can do it
stressing
on
me
a
out.
Sunday.
Do you
I
see
can
this?
do it on a Sunday. It has to
This
be on a
is
Sunday.
not peace. With it, come finding your peace. What are you doing to me?
I just want to know. I want to have like a comeback to this, where how long you were able to stay off the phone, what kind of conversations you were having with yourself, and if you were able to calm yourself down enough that the phone wasn't such a anxiety inducing thing for you.
Question.
Yeah.
By being able to calm yourself down, you mean naturally, or can like my vape, the liquor, or some pills help
Like
me out?
naturally, we're trying to find our
Pills,
inner peace.
I mean, like anxiety medication. All right, calm down.
We're trying to find our inner peace.
So no stimulant is what you're saying. Wow.
Wait. Can I use my laptop, my workstation, my Oculus?
I think all electronics should be off limits. Listen, we get very attached to them. We use them as distractions to avoid sitting with yourself.
All right.
Sit with yourself.
Right. We should try.
I want you to sit with yourself for a minimum of 1 hour. Minimum. If you could do more, great.
She's down to an hour.
I'm down to an hour. That's as low as I'm going.
That's no problem.
We went to 24.
You both completely panicked at 24.
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
I was like, literally, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but I'm pretty sure that other people can, if you're like me and you understand, like, my phone is my distraction and my lifeline. So to hear 24 hours, it was like, oh, beep, you trying to kill me. That's oh, you want me dead?
No.
That's how I felt.
No.
He's like, no. Get her.
I will say,
I want you to sit with yourself.
You know when you change your phones and like you have to change your phone over and you wait for the contact to sync and all that stuff? That gets me right that time.
Because then what if you don't get them all?
Exactly. And what if someone texts you in the meantime and you miss an important message? Yes.
I don't care.
So what you're saying is, like, are we talking about like do not disturb, or like cut it off?
I off. I mean, it depends. The do not disturb, as long as you make it, because you can make it now so that things sneak through. Block everything. Everything needs to be blocked.
Look at her face.
You can do an hour.
I'm really trying to
do an hour. I really think it should be 4. I think we should meet somewhere, compromise. An hour is nothing.
An hour is nothing. You could like cook for an hour and be fine.
And distract yourself. Exactly.
Yeah.
Y'all see my eyes? They started tearing up. Not even kidding. It sounds doesn't sound peaceful to me, guys.
You have
not gonna lie.
Right though, it's a good experiment to talk about. We're talking about peace. It's a good experiment to try and see how it works.
Okay.
See what thoughts we come up with. See how we do. Does it give you more anxiety? Does it really give you more anxiety, or is it just your mind?
Will you sit with myself, or can I do different things? Like, can I do like painting with sky and things like that? Or you're literally...
I thought her point of the story was to sit by yourself. Yeah.
Wow. Can't even distract myself.
That's the point.
Right.
Ooh, that's not... This does not sound... But you know what? All right. This doesn't sound peaceful. We over here trying to how to find peace. What does peace look like to you?
But you have to push you. You have to push your limits too. Stephanie seems to be fine with this.
Yeah.
But she's not addicted to her phone like me. It's a good experiment. There'll be something down the line that we make Stephanie go to the comfort zone, and she'll have
to down your crochet needles. You can't crochet for these hours that we can't have our phone.
I have to. I have lots of commissions I am working on right now that need to get out. That's money. You're messing with money.
You can't. Well, me not having my phone is messing with money too, but I will do it.
An hour, Steph?
Now Stephanie's like
I need to
45
get
minutes.
these owls done. They need to go on this person's tree.
This stress doesn't sound peaceful now.
Okay, so when is this piece? When are we doing this? Are we waiting for a bit?
Oh, do we have to set a time right now? In front of all these people?
Yeah, because you won't be.
We're really like, y'all are really committed to this, or like, can't even get the words out. We're really y'all gonna do this in front of my new friends.
Because we can talk about it on our next week's podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, hell.
I hate it here.
I hate it here.
But once you find your inner peace, you'll love it.
2 hours? So, 4 is a lot. That's a half of a work
It's a
day.
lot with kids.
Yeah.
Stephanie, you said 24 5 minutes ago.
Well, to
Cause
just
she's
shut my phone
crazy.
off. To shut my phone off, yes. To be within myself for 24 hours, that's not going to happen.
No. I meant the phone.
Yeah,
4
to shut
hours.
the phone off, that's fine.
4 hours is a lot with a 3-year-old.
But 4 hours to be like just with me. I mean,
An hour?
those
Right, so
minions
4
aren't going to
hours
allow
with
that.
the phone off. 4 hours with the phone off and 1 hour of inner peace.
I can do that. That's not a problem. I
Yeah.
meditate and sit with myself all the time. I've been doing it for years now.
It's like an old pro.
I'm pretty close. I'm not saying that I have like found my inner peace and I am like perfect, but I'm pretty like good overall as far as that goes.
The movement.
It's taken a lot of years.
I had so many questions about that, but I'm not going to do it on the show. So
About the movement?
I didn't know the movement was still.
It's her way of life.
Ah.
True.
All right. So I think we've learned today that everybody looks at peace in a different way, and what's peaceful for some is not peaceful for others. So now that you guys have given me some anxiety on this podcast, I thought I was finding my peace during this podcast, but apparently not.
Maybe you'll have it next time. And you can let us know.
Exactly. Maybe you'll find a new way to deal with inner peace.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll find a new way. Maybe Stephanie will find a new way. And we can share it with the people. That's what we're about, sharing with the people.
Seriously, guys, I've been working on it. And I know when this podcast drops, I know she's going to watch this. I know she's going to be like, oh, for real? She's going to come for me. And I've been on this journey for quite some time. So she knows, your girl up here, she just get a little bit whoop, doop, doop. I'm better at helping other people than myself.
You need to help you.
I know. But I'm so
You can't be good for anybody else.
others find their peace and being
You have to find
happy.
your own to really be good for anybody else.
I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress under
Ding,
construction.
Ding, ding, ding.
Wasn't there like a disclaimer? You know,
There were methods.
I've always been a work of construction. I've always,
Well, we always should be. I believe that we always have room to grow and to learn and
Facts.
Yeah. I
that
agree.
doesn't mean that you can't be peaceful and happy
And you
while
have done
growing and learning.
Exactly.
I think that we all,
a long way.
yeah, true. I think that we all need to really come to terms and the grip of reality and say, what's my piece is not your piece.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
What's your piece is not my piece. And I feel like people are like, oh, well, so-and-so is so peaceful when they're out, travel, hiking, for instance. And for me, I'm like, ugh.
Right.
No, ticks.
And I just taking that.
mosquitoes.
So I feel like people try to do other things that other people find peaceful, and I think we all really need to kind of take a step back and be like, all right, so really what is peace for
You
me?
have to ask yourself the questions.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
only going to
And
get
I
the
think
answers when you ask yourself the questions.
we can be judgy. Don't judge people based upon how they find their peace and what they do, even though it's not your way of finding peace. Um, or what gives you anxiety might not give somebody else anxiety, so you laugh and joke that, oh, that's hilarious that you know, do it this way, or you
Mhm.
get anxiety for not having your phone, but somebody else can't.
Right.
Be there and be supportive and know that everybody
I'm
will be able
envious
to
of the fact that you guys can put the phone down and it not trigger something in your brain. Like it makes me think there's something little click click
No,
click.
not.
No, I've
Everybody
been
has
there. I've totally been there.
Yeah.
I've done it with my phone. I've done it with food. I've I've been there.
Yeah. I feel like that's more, maybe it's more of a comfort thing. So, I mean, finding your peace is kind of trying to decipher what's the difference between actual peace and comfort in the moment, like a band-aid.
Yep.
yeah, very
I
true.
learned something during this podcast, guys.
We
Look at
did.
that. We're
I
learning and
have
we're
learned.
growing. We're learning and
I
we're growing.
think I've been comforting and band-aiding myself and not actually finding my
We did
peace.
it.
I've been distracting myself.
We finally did it.
We did it.
Gosh darn it.
And drop the mic. Mic drop, please.
Yep.
Hopefully that helps somebody else out here in the world
Out in these
figure
streets.
out
And
out
you
here.
should also take everyone watching should take and be involved in the challenge too. In the challenge thingy. Can't talk.
Listen, if I
Words
need
are
to be
hard.
stressed out, if I'm gonna be stressed out, all y'all gonna be
Try it.
stressed out with me.
And maybe it's not a phone. Maybe your thing that gives you anxiety to not put away is something. Put it down and really talk to yourself. It might not be a phone.
Just
Like
sit with
Stephanie said,
yourself.
put her
Yeah.
phone down. Just sit with yourself.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't really want to say though, I feel like the word addicted is very negative
Mm-hmm.
behavior. And people take that in a very negative way.
It's true.
I
When
don't
you
want
say
to,
it, everyone puts up their defenses.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I'm not addicted. But that's, is it an adjective? Is that what it is? It's not like, it's just to describe how you view something, not how you treat something, not like addicted to, like, hardcore drugs. That's not what I'm saying. But like, I feel like even for myself, like I can become attached. Maybe attached is a better word,
Yeah, that's all.
where it can become unhealthy to
Yeah.
people or things like food or a man or a woman,
Yeah.
um, to where you just latch on to these things because it gives you comfort and a sense of peace. But is it really peace?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I constantly see myself if I'm in the middle of a thought or I can't think of what I was doing, or just out of habit, I grab my phone and just start scrolling.
Yep.
It's like, what am I
Yeah.
scrolling for? I'm not looking for anything. I'm in the middle
Distraction.
of doing something else, but just habit. And then you see something negative or you see something funny, and you get stuck on it. And it's really not healthy. And that is the big reason why I don't.
Yeah.
Facebook is enough. Instagram is enough.
Yeah. I think I mean, for myself, talking it out, I feel like I've confused peace and distraction and comfort. Um,
That's very
and I
common.
think that might be why there's so much turmoil with people and so much depression and anxiety and suicide,
Mm-hmm.
and domestic violence is definitely on the rise. And I feel like it's because we've kind of lost our way of what peace really is, right? Like, what is it to you? What does it mean? What does it look like? How do you get it? Where we're constantly just distracting ourselves and we think we're in a peaceful place and something triggers you and sets it all off. Full blaze, gone, done. Um, So I
And I
think, yeah,
think people being stuck in the house, going back to that part of it, has not helped any of this
yeah,
addiction. And I
Definitely
know
not.
you don't want to really say that, but any of these things,
Attachments.
attachments, because you're couldn't think of the word.
yeah,
Um, any of these attachments because you've been stuck in the house with only a video game, with only your phone, with only a TV, um, and that's become your way of life.
yeah. The distractions have it's taking you out of the harsh reality of what's going on in the world flipping upside down. Like I know our lives have literally flipped completely around, and the way we go about things, the way we do things, the way we live, the way we work, the way, we handle things have completely changed. And that can be really traumatizing to a lot of people, especially people who already struggle with mental illness. So
Yeah.
I don't want to make light of that situation at all. I definitely feel like I I just realized I lost my way, and I have not been peaceful, even though I've been on this peaceful self love journey for quite some time. So I'm there with you guys.
Well, we'll
I
continue the
now
journey.
need to find my peace.
Yep.
Whew,
Exactly.
goodness.
Look at that.
Maybe we'll do like a self peace journey, and
Let's
I'll
do it.
I'll pull La into it because I know she's all about that, and the woman is amazing and has definitely transformed herself, and I literally look up to her. And I take a lot of things that she tells me and, has me do, like the breathing and the yoga and the meditation, even though my mind is scattered and I drift off. And she tells me all the time, like, hey, when you drift off, just allow yourself to feel it, think it, and then just let it go. And I
Yep.
can't let it go.
Gotta let it go.
That's my problem.
Letting it
So
go.
maybe we can sidebar that, and then
Definitely should have her on the show.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah. Absolutely. And just finding your true peace and your self love and what that actually looks like, because I feel like they're hand in hand. In order to find your peace, you have to have self love.
Hmm.
Get to
You need to
love
love
yourself.
yourself enough to know that you deserve peace.
Yeah, and that's hard for a lot of people to do.
Yeah.
Every one of you deserves it. Every single one.
Agreed. Agreed. And I'm on the journey with you guys, you know?
We all are.
So I'm here.
Let's do it.
Rolling along.
Peace Finding
Let's
Mission
do it
2022.
together.
I like the peaceful
Yeah, I know, right? I
20.
feel like that's me.
Whole other thing. We're getting in 2022.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think it's really important, and I think it's funny because starting this, I was like, yeah, I know how to find peace. Yeah, slap in the face. I ain't got no peace now.
Hmm.
What have I been doing? Now I'm
Another
over
reason
here
why
trying
you
to
need to talk to yourself and
figure it
let
out.
it out.
Yeah. Oh, this has turned into a therapy session for Nelly, guys.
All
Like
right. We've
Nelly
got our homework.
And you made it through. You made it
Woo-hoo.
through.
We've
Proud
got
of
our
you.
homework. Nellie
Yeah,
learned some things.
I learned a lot of things.
Homework. Nelly learned. We laughed a little. We almost cried. We did not cry because we're not doing that yet.
No.
You did a great job.
But we did good.
You did a
So let
great
us
job.
know in the comments
Oh,
how
wait.
you find your peace.
Every time. We're supposed to point.
Follow Steph. Follow Steph. You're doing it.
Yeah, silly.
Um, so yeah, so I mean, I guess we're going to continue on, and there's obviously going to be more discussions on what is peace to you, and we'll definitely invite my beautiful soul La onto the show so she can help us figure out and give us some tools of what peace looks like and how you can actually start to realize it and find it for yourself, specifically for you. Um, and how we can all get to a peaceful place because we all deserve it for sure. We can only be great for others when we're great for ourselves. So,
Spitting out all this stuff.
lesson of the
Listen to
day.
it, Nelly. Listen to it.
I'm
Repeat
no,
it.
I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it right
Okay.
now. I literally was like staring at myself saying it like, Biddy, you
Now, I want you
listen,
to go
right?
in the mirror tonight. I want you to go in the mirror tonight, and I want you to say it to yourself.
You deserve it.
I know I deserve peace and I deserve love, and that's why I'm standing up for myself. Um, but that's a whole nother podcast. We'll get to that. So guys, stay
We have a
tuned.
lot of podcasts.
Figure that out.
We have a lot of topics.
But in the meantime, I really want to challenge everyone. And even let us know, hit us up, social media, anywhere, comment, and just let us know like what is peace to you and how you can start to find it. Or if we've triggered some things in your mind and you're like, whoa, definitely wasn't on a peaceful journey, but hey, I need to start. How you think you're gonna go about that, or if there's anything that we've said that is piece triggering for us, and if it could possibly help you guys, I hope it does. But definitely let us know, and we'll
100%.
continue on. Also, we'll do the challenge of 1 hour sitting with ourselves, and then another 3 hours without the phone, and we will update you on how I personally handle that because I think these two will be great. So get ready for that ride because it's gonna be a bumpy one for sure. But yeah, so for now, we'll say goodbye, but make sure you join us again next week for some more fun topics. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
Remember, it's all just BS.